as to be expected. The stars were certainly out in full force last night in Hollywood for the 95th Academy Awards. It was a huge night full of memorable moments.
It sure was. And here to recap everything that went down last night, ABC News contributors Muse and Kelley joining us. Wow, this morning we're just talking about how much sleep we all got.
Yeah, we're all refreshed and energized.
It's amazing in Hollywood. It goes from all the glitz and glam. The next morning is like the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
the morning after.
I'm like, I need a Starbucks IV in my
Well, good morning. You both look fantastic, and it's great to be back with you. Kelley, let's start with you. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Just an incredible showing last night.
Yeah.
7 Oscars.
Absolutely.
What does it mean for that film to get this kind of recognition?
I think it's significant, you know. These were 2 relatively new directors to certainly this caliber of Hollywood, but also the representation that this film brought about means so much to people. Very rarely, I think, do Asian Americans get to see themselves in nuanced ways and characters and storytelling, and this really went the distance and did a lot for that community. So that was a really incredible win for them.
And Mike, I mean, I have to say the musical performances also stole the show. We had the surprise, obviously, from Lady Gaga, Rihanna, the battle of the divas, they were calling it, and then not to. I mean, but what stuck out for you?
There were so many great moments that stuck out to me. Obviously, Lady Gaga doing a surprise performance, very stripped down, very bare bones. I loved how vulnerable she was with it, how she set the stage with that. Rihanna, my God, we had all been waiting for her to do that. In the moment that the stage lifted up and she gave that incredible performance, but there was something about Naatu's performance. It was colorful. It's rare that we get a chance to see Indian Americans' performances on stage and representation from the AAPI community. But what's really special, what connected the dots for me with that, everyone, was I was actually sitting in the area of our cast. And so to see them look onto the stage with such pride, seeing themselves on the stage, seeing their dances, seeing their culture, seeing their tradition, in that moment I was like, this is what movies and film are all about, right? It's the representation, feeling seen, right? And knowing your culture matters and seeing that broadcast to the world. For me, that was very powerful.
And it brings people together, right? You know, it just feels fun. Obviously, Naatu means dance, and it just kind of makes you everybody, I mean, Whit even,
well, we
he's
got
been
to
trying to learn.
some of the cast members before. He was showing me the little dance.
Did you do that?
You know the dance
I did a little
I'm so glad you stood up. I want to stand up and do that.
Kelley, let me ask you, though. Could this, based on what we saw here, because RRR, they did win the Oscar for Best Original Song, could we see more Tollywood in Hollywood now?
Absolutely we could, and I think we want to. I think, you know, really what that performance and what their win showed was that we really want to see much more of this global experience on a stage like the Academy Awards, so absolutely.
And Mike, obviously we saw so many emotional speeches last night. You know, not a dry eye for many of the people in there. What really stood out to you?
Literally not a dry eye for around 10 minutes of the package of Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. To see an Afro-Latina queer identifying individual paired up with someone who was doing American Sign Language. When he said, so often there's someone signing for me and I'm off to the side, but I am here. You may hear my voice in surround sound, but I am the one signing center on stage. And I was like, how good would that must feel for that community to be seen? But then when Kiwi Kwan came out, and when he mentioned his wife said, for 20 years, she told me every year, every day, your year will come. I swear to God, my tears. I was like, what is happening? You know what I mean? And I was like, but look, I think there's something about, and Kelley, you've been talking about this too a lot, about getting seasoned later on in your life and it's all coming together for you. I think this is really what this season was about. For those, success has come much late in his life, but it came. It was a testament for all of us.
I think so too.
And Angela Bassett, she didn't win, but she did get that little shout out from the stage. Clearly, there were a lot of people cheering her on.
That was beautiful. I mean, so in case for whatever reason you missed it, it was so great to see Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors come out with the Hey Auntie, we love you. That was such a beautiful, great moment, and I think everyone kind of felt it in the auditorium.
Yeah, we'll talk much more later on in the broadcast. Kelley, Mike, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.